Thank you for tuning in to Wicked Turtle Network exclusive. Follow us on all social media and also click the link tree in the description of this video.
What is up, Wicked Turtle Nation? We just wanted to let you guys know that Wicked Turtle Network has decided to join the Raise Rebellion as brand ambassadors for Raise Energy Drink. Raise Energy gives you fresh, and that stands for focus, recovery, energy, stamina, and hydration. With zero sugar, absolutely no crash, electrolytes, and BCAA aminos. I encourage everyone listening or watching right now to raise up and join the Raise Rebellion yourself by going to your local GNC, vitamin shop, or even online at repsports.com. And order yourself some Raise energy drinks or other athletic supplements in bulk. And when checking out, use the order code WICKEDTURTLE for a 15% discount. The website and order code will be in the description of this cast. Salome, everyone. How's it going? What's up, Wicked Turtle Network Nation? It's the Duke. And today I'm joined with Penguin here. We're going to do the Duke's Dive.
What up, peeps?
Presented by this. What's up? It's the dive presented by the Slam today. And got a couple different stories to talk about, including All Out. Great show. But I think I want to start it off. I got a little think piece for everybody this week. We know that the big rumor has it that Bray Wyatt, Barry Windham, is coming or maybe coming to Impact. AEW. Now, a lot of people are putting him as the leader of the Dark Order. Okay? This next show's coming up in, I think, what is it, Rochester, the birthplace of the late great Brody Lee, and they're thinking that Bray's going to come on and he's going to take over as the leader of the Dark Order. And to be honest with you, I do like that to a degree, and I don't like it because yes, he was great friends with Brody and all that, but I just feel like it's a little too much all at once. And I kind of offer something different, and I'd like to see what you think, Paul, here.
I think, to be honest, this is actually...
I would have him join Decay on Impact. I feel like they could really use... I know it's Rosemary's on there and, you know what I mean, Crazy Steve and Black Taurus. But if you put a name like Bray Wyatt or, Barry Windham, wherever he's going to go by, with Decay, they could really add that up. And then they could play off the Sister Abigail stuff. If they decide to touch on that stuff, they could play like, okay, maybe like Sue Young was the real Sister Abigail the whole time, or Rosemary or whatever. But I wanted to see your thoughts on that.
I think that to be honest, I think the way AEW is setting it up right now, I'm pretty sure that's where he's going to go. You see the Dark Order right now; they're all in a bunch of confusion. They're fighting each other and stuff like that. Yeah, and they need leadership, and who better than Mr. Bray Wyatt? I guess I don't think he's going to go by that, just because I'm pretty sure that gets owned by that's owned by WWE, right? But
right.
And I think Sister Abigail is going to be owned by WWE rights too.
Yeah,
But
I would
there's
imagine
also
that too. That's another
reports that
thing.
WWE was also reaching out to him too. So it's
Yeah, I
I don't know if
don't
you I don't know
know.
if you heard those reports. WWE did actually reach out to. There was reports out there stating that Triple H was reaching out to
Yeah,
Bray Wyatt and stuff.
yeah. I mean, they wanted to keep Daniel on. They wanted to have him do the G1 climax. They gave him. They reached out. I guess even Fox was trying to bring Punk in to pay to bring him in, but WWE cut that out for some reason. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think Impact's not even in there. I think, to be honest, I really think it's going to be AEW. I think he's going to go to the Dark Order because that's where Brody Lee, his buddy, his best friend was,
Right, right.
and I'm pretty sure that that's just where he's going to end up. He's going to be the new leader of the Dark Order, which is I'm okay with it. I'm okay with
They
that.
could. I just feels like it's a little quick. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know, or maybe at least after like I mean, put the story with the infighting to bed a little bit here. Maybe do a little civil union, a little civil war within the Dark Order, and then, oh my God, it's Bray. Bray shows up and like he's like, Uno, you got to chill out, brother. Something like that. Like I could
Yeah.
see that too.
Or some sort of leadership because there's really no leadership there, like
I could also
so.
I don't know if you follow like being the elite. Now everybody's got their own vlog. Even Uno's got his own vlog. A lot of the Dark Order stuff went over to Sammy Guevara's vlog, excuse me. But yeah, I could honestly see Anna Jay honestly take over as the leader of the Dark Order. Call me crazy, but I could see her step up and be like, you know what, Uno, there was never a real leader here, that was put in place after Brody passed. Everybody assumed that -1 was the leader, and I had spoke on that. What a couple. I think we've talked about that on What's Up, Peeps, a couple
Yeah, we
episodes
talked about
back,
a
to
lot
where
of
it's
people.
like,
Yeah,
you can't make him the leader right now. He's in school, man. I mean, he's got a hell of a
he's also a
schedule
kid who's
himself.
not trained. He's not trained.
R- right.
There's that takes training and stuff like that.
R-
Anybody who knows
Look at
anything about the business, you train for
Yeah,
years.
dude.
You know.
Like, look at Billy Starks. They can't even have her on there right now. I do believe she's like under 18. That's the reason they haven't had her on. But I don't know. I'm assuming. Maybe I missed the mail on the. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know who. I could see either way, really. But
Yeah. So my take is I'm pretty sure it's going to be AEW. It'll surprise me if it's Impact. It also could go another way too. It also could go where he doesn't, isn't it? Right? He's taking some
yeah,
time off.
absolutely.
It could be that too.
Yeah,
So he is a
really
family
build it
man.
up.
We do know this. He is a family man, so
I
maybe he
honestly
needs some
wish
time off. I don't know.
wish we could see some vignettes. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Really
just
build it
upset.
up.
My thing is with him is I'm just upset because I thought the Fiend character was just amazing. I thought that
Yeah,
was
me
just
too, dude. That was a drop ball,
absolutely genius.
and it.
Um, that it's bully to WWE for getting rid of him and cool stars like him. So
Yeah, man. I'm not hot on WWE right now, but some cool things that had happened was well, it does look like anything going forward for the Fiend has been given to Finn Balor with the Demon. So you know what I'm saying, like that. Um,
that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say.
don't do him wrong. Come on, guys.
This is
That's all
like
I got to say.
I thought the demon he was hot in NXT when
Dude,
he
yeah.
played the
He's
demon
still
stuff.
undefeated.
He was
The Demon is still
hot
undefeated.
in NXT,
So
white hot.
yeah,
Came up to the big leagues, and then they just started doing this stupid "let me flip my collar" thing, and they really tried to do their own Bullet
the
Club with
Prince.
him. They tried to do like a Bullet Club with him, and it's
Well,
like
they tried to bring
no.
back the Prince gimmick that he had as the leader of the Bullet Club, but that kind of didn't work because, like,
You
I
need
don't
a
know, man.
group.
And this
You
is
need
where
more
I
people
like,
around you.
yeah, this is where I like WWE. I mean, this is where I like AEW better, to where they don't creatively stunt, like, limit these people. Like, okay, we'll do our own Bullet Club, but we want it done our way. We want you named this. We want you to do this. We want you to do this. And they don't henpeck over there at AEW. Create full creative control. Like, no, I want you to do whatever you want, whatever your name is. You know what I mean? Go on forward with the character. Add as much depth as you want instead of somebody constantly there with the notepad and the pen. I got to rewrite this 30 seconds before this airs and blah, 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 blah. It's
Yeah.
just like, it just seems like there's more creative stuff going on over in AEW. But SmackDown was pretty cool, dude. Seth Rollins versus Edge was a good match. There was some other good stuff on that card too. It was a really good SmackDown, but that's really all I got to say about WWE this week.
But you can see what they're doing with the Edge thing. Like,
Yeah, dude.
this
Yeah.
is the problem that I have with WWE. They take high grade talent like Edge, Seth Rollins, and they just keep moving them down that totem pole. You know what I'm saying? Like
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy, yeah. Jeff Hardy's now doing what? He's a 24/7
He's
champ?
chasing the 20. Yeah.
Like, what?
I mean, I don't hate the 24/7 championship, but
it's fun, and it's fun for stuff like well, who's the guy who had it all the time? I'm blanking here. R-Truth. It's fun for him. It's fun for some of the other guys. Maybe some of the young talent that was in NXT.
The 7-11, 247, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun for that to bring them in and show them, this world of TV and stuff like that. But dude, to take name talent like that, that's just sad. Sad. That's all I have to say. I mean, I saw a thing the other day. Oh, who was it? Our boy, what was it? Ryback. Remember Ryback?
Yeah, I remember Ryback.
He showed a thing on his Twitter that somebody was walking through because they're at the Garden. I think they were at the Garden, but
okay,
yeah. And he saw a truck with WWE on it, and it still has Matt Hardy on it. Like,
oh Lord,
like Matt Hardy hasn't been there a year now? Like, it's almost a year. Like, you definitely need to change your trucks. And to be honest, like, one of the hottest things in wrestling was when Matt Hardy was doing the delete. And was it the Neo or Nero?
And they brought Nero, brother Nero, yeah. And they brought that in and completely fucking butchered it.
That was cool. Like, the
Indies, it was really cool. You know what I mean? When he was doing that stuff with Impact,
he even had a cool song to go with it and everything. It was badass. Like, I think that this is why, again, another reason why I like AEW. AEW lets their talent be more creative, have more control of their creative process of their character. And that's what we need. That's exactly what the fans want. They want to be awed, and WWE just doesn't awe me anymore. It's cool. I mean, you can bring Brock Lesnar in once in a while and be cool like that. Like, it is kind of cool.
That. Hey, I'm going to say, excuse me, right now that I like that story. I like Lesnar. I like Lesnar versus Reigns. I think
that's the hottest story right now. Who
is Paul
Roman
Heyman
Reigns
going to pick? Who is Paul Heyman going to go with? You know what I mean? Like,
I think putting Roman Reigns over has been the coolest thing. Like, I think that's just cool. And they brought in like Edge to do it, and they did John Cena, of course.
He's really come into his own, man.
Dude, yes. And you're seeing a more complete Roman Reigns now than you've ever seen. I can tell you that right now.
Yes.
You're seeing a way more complete Roman Reigns than you've ever seen. And because even
better on the mic.
Paul Heyman doesn't even grab the mic anymore.
Right. Look at just on SmackDown. He had Paul was talking, and then Brock Lesnar. So it was a little bit of talking out of Lesnar and Roman. And it's like Paul had brought both these guys up from, people who either didn't need to speak or, really weren't too charismatic or confident on the microphone, to now it's like these guys are commanding the microphone.
I know Brock Lesnar spoke on SmackDown. Like, you don't see that often. Like, you don't see that. He actually did a promo, which was kind of cool. And I'm like,
yeah, man.
Okay,
he's like, Paul, shut up. Hey, why didn't you tell him why you didn't tell him? Why didn't you tell him I was going to be at SummerSlam?
That's the only thing WWE has going for them, I think. I think that's it. I mean, and also, I think another thing I think is just trash is that, and no offense against Vince McMahon at this, but Vince McMahon taking the reins of NXT, and it's like, wait, what? Like,
We'll
why?
see. We'll see.
We might as well buy a big dumpster and you set a fire to it, and it'll be a dumpster fire because that's exactly what NXT is going to be.
And it looks
Because
like there's going to be any NXT UK.
Vince thinks that NXT is, or Vince thinks that like wrestling should be like how he views the world, and like his thoughts, which were revolutionary back in the day, is not now. And dude,
Right.
you're the man, like you're the boss. Let somebody else do all your minion work now. Let somebody do
Right.
Raw. Let somebody do SmackDown. Let somebody do NXT. You sit back and just collect checks. Why can't he do that? Like I get it, I understand,
Yeah, dude. You
but
don't need to oversee every single
let your
operation of
daughter
it.
help out there. Like you let your daughter like expand the women's league more. Let Triple H do some stuff more. Because
Yeah.
you've seen what Triple H did with NXT. He made it. In fact, at one time they were beating AEW in ratings.
They were.
So
Yeah, when they had Rhea Ripley win the NXT title on that same night as it was Adam Cole versus Finn Balor. That was one of the weeks they beat AEW in the ratings war. So
what? Why? Why? I just
why
don't
take
understand.
something that was winning
I'm
and
just wondering if Vince McMahon is going crazy right now. I'm just wondering if Vince McMahon is just doing just there's something wrong with him, like he's losing his mentality, and like, hey, we're just have a dumps, we're just gonna have a fire sale on everything WWE right now.
we'll just give it over. But
you
yeah,
know
I really think that like they wanted to keep Daniel on board, let him do the G1 climax, blah 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 blah. So honestly, Finn had just come out and he had just was saying on an interview that he's down to do that. He wants to go to New Japan, but with COVID restrictions right now he can't. So in closing of talking about WWE, I would just say WWE, people are knocking on your other side of your forbidden door. Just like just like Mick Foley said, WWE, we got a problem, and you got to do something to do it and fix that. And I think like, hey, let Finn go out and work New Japan, you know, let that door slowly open up on your end, and then effing blow everybody's minds and let them work AEW and everywhere else. You know what I mean? Let's
I think
build
they
up
should
the
reach out to Ring of Honor or MLW and just be like, hey, listen, let's do some
NWA.
collabs. Yes, yeah, there you go.
So
Let's do some
WWE needs to open
collabs.
that forbidden door. Like
Let's do
nobody's
that.
expecting WWE to work or play nice with anybody else.
I think
So
it's
that's
time for
where
them
you're
to
going
start
to
doing
get
collabs.
everybody.
I really do. I really think that we should start doing some collabs where Roman Reigns shows up and tries to, he wants to be the head of the table of the universe. And so he starts going to other
Yes.
shows and just like AEW gave you the blueprint of that can work. And it really can. Because the storylines that are crossing over on each show with like Christian Cage going to Impact and like winning the title and stuff like that, like the storylines crossing over is just
Yeah, man.
just making them superior. It's making both them products more superior than what WWE is. They're going on their
W
talent. WWE is going on their writing talent alone. That's all they're trying to do.
exactly.
And you don't have that. Like your writing talent's shit.
WWE, you know what to do. Wrestling fans are just waiting for a place to show us where to throw the money at. You know what I mean? At the
Yeah.
screen. Let it happen. You know what I mean? Make us wrestling fans happy again, like we were after we watched this pay per view, and let's move forward. Let's do it.
Speaking of
But
wrestling fans being happy,
yeah. Um, Next week though, I'm going to have a segment. The beginning segment here will be something I'm writing up right now. 5 female wrestlers that I think would be beneficiary or beneficial to the AEW women's roster. So look out for that next week. That's going to be what we open up with. I'm going to really do my research here. I'm going to put my nose to the Pro Wrestling Illustrated books here, and I'm going to come up with 5 women who I think would absolutely benefit the women's roster on AEW. So, but yeah, let's review here, shall we? we got AEW All Out starting up here. Starting out with that, the pre-show started out with the Hardy Family Order versus all the Best Friend guys, and the Best Friend guys won. So that's where they opened up with. That was the buy-in, as it were, and that was the pre-show. That was the only match on the pre-show. I'm not really one for a pre-show, but I guess if that's what you're gonna do, that wasn't a
Yeah,
bad match to have on the pre-show.
I was never a big fan of pre-show stuff.
Yeah.
No, I mean, even when they start doing the talks now, like the pre-show talk, that's okay because you're basically trying to pump us up into the show, but
Right.
and they're trying to be like more podcasty. I get it. But I was
Right.
never into the pre-show matches. I mean,
Yeah.
it would be cool if they did like a dark thing. That'd be kind of cool. Some no
Yeah. That
names that
too.
we don't know.
Right.
Give them a
That.
little spotlight. That'd be kind of cool. But
Hmm.
what are you accomplishing in it? There's no accomplishment there. So
Right. The only problem is like outside of the matches that they're having live during that pre-show or whatever, all the other stuff is the stuff we've been seeing week in and week out and week in and week out. You don't want to fall into that pit that WWE has. Like with their pre-show, it's just my God, it's the stuff we've been watching for weeks in and
their
weeks out.
pay-per-views are so drawn out too. I remember WrestleMania one year. I mean, it was like 7 hours. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's so much. That's so long to sit there through
You
all
ready
that
for
stuff.
2 nights? Are you ready for 2 nights again?
Yeah, I'm
They're doing
good. I
that
don't
again.
want to do that.
I think the only thing I could sit there and really watch in 2 nights and be enjoyable with is like Wrestle Kingdom. Leave Wrestle Kingdom have their 2 night thing, dude. Keep keep I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, uh, All Out. Let's go on and let's cover the card. It opened up with God's champion Miro versus Eddie Kingston for the TNT title, and we did have Miro take that. Let me explain here. I'm going to cover these shows. I'll give each match an up or a down. And then I want to pick out my favorite match of the show. And then the card itself will get a pass or a fail. So that's basically what the dive is right now. So yeah, that was the first match. That gets an up. Okay. The next match was Jon Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. It's a guy who been known in Japan and actually was on Impact a couple of different times over the past couple of weeks before AEW, or excuse me, before All Out. Rough, tough bastard, and I really like what they're doing with Moxley versus Japan and all these guys because as you know that Moxley did pick up the win here, and afterwards come out some guy named Minoru Suzuki. Had a little bit of a back and forth with Moxley here and set up for a match here. I think it was on, Dynamite.
It's on
So,
Dynamite. Yeah, we
yep,
watched that.
that match was definitely an up. And we move on to Chris Statlander versus Britt Baker for the women's championship match. This one was a good one too. And
What's your view on that? On those matches? On that match? Because my thing on that is, I absolutely love Chris Statlander. I
yeah,
think
dude, yeah,
she's awesome. She was awesome on Independence, and
she was.
she's just killing it now. Britt Baker's good, and I like that. She's also an AWG, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But again, I'm all about promoting and getting your new talent up there, and promoting a good story. And I really think this would be a good grudge match back and forth with these two.
Oh yeah. There's got to be a rematch.
Oh yeah.
I like the match itself between these two. Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll talk about the other person that came in with this that I understand why they went this way with it,
Right.
So
right. And if you like this, yeah. Okay, yeah, definitely. That match itself wasn't up for me, and we move into the next match, which was the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers in a steel cage match for the tag team championships. Man,
they get my best dressed.
I'm
That's all
not
I gotta
gonna.
say.
Oh yeah, that too. I'm not gonna lie. This match was an up for me. This match was my match of the show.
Same here.
One of the
This is one of my
best
favorites.
steel cage matches I've probably seen in the last 10 years, at least. I've heard it advertised as the best steel cage match ever. I don't know about that.
I
I've
don't
seen a
know.
lot of steel cage matches in my day.
I don't
Will it
know.
go down as one of the best? Yes. The best?
One of my
No.
favorites was with the Valentine's Day match. That was cool with Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon. That's when
Oh
Paul
yeah,
Wright came out of the matches. That was pretty good. Like I don't know.
yeah.
It was good. It was really good though.
I will never remember. I will never forget Kane ripping the door off this cage to get
That
after the
too. I
Undertaker.
mean, there's
So,
just so many good steel
but
cage
now I'm
matches.
going to remember. Ray Phoenix jumping off the top. You know what I mean? The thumbtack boot. Yeah, this will go down as one of the best steel cage
Even
matches
what
of all
last
time.
year's match, I think it was what WrestleMania was Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman. That was a really good match too.
Yeah, that
A
was a
steel
good
cage
Hell Cage
match.
match. That
That's
was
the
a
one
good
where
steel
he
cage
like
match.
threw him off the top of the cage.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
shit,
cool.
yeah. That
Anywhere where you
Shane
can
man.
bust a limb is probably like one of the best matches.
And let's not forget that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have been killing cage matches for for a while. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to say, I don't know, but yeah, it's a hard one to say it's the best.
yeah. That's hard to put that title on.
Yeah, dude.
Because there's just so many out there. Was it a great steel cage match? Absolutely. Would it
Yeah.
be something I rewatch? And yes,
Yeah.
you know. So it's definitely I can't put the best steel cage match, but I can put one that I would is a memorable match. You
Right.
know, and
Right.
it was great because, like I said, from top to bottom, even like performing wise, and this is what you're going to get from me here because I cherish the performers. Like my son,
Absolutely.
oh, it wasn't not my son, but my client. He said to me, he goes, who's the bad guy? Who's the good guy? I was like, I don't look at bad guys and good guys in wrestling anymore
Right.
because I know a little bit of in behind the scenes and stuff like that. I don't look at that. I look at who performed well and who did their spots well. If there was any botches and within the matches, who needs work on this match. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I learned these actually from WWE legends who I've talked to in the past. You
Yeah.
know, so I would definitely say that in this match alone, it was just so good. Like all the spots
Excellent
was good,
match, dude. Yeah.
was on point. Dude, the performance alone, just them coming, Lucha Bros coming out with that live music and
Yes.
those cool headdresses. I mean, I tweeted, I was like, dude,
Best
best
dressed.
entrance, best dressed ever. It was
Yeah,
just
dude.
fantastic,
I agree.
and then the culmination of them, with this match was just the icing on the cake. You
New
know what I'm
champs,
saying?
new tag team champions. We got
Well deserved. They're two
absolutely.
great performers.
Hmm.
Something that I think that the fans who followed them for the longest time have been waiting for.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The only thing there is there's a confusion of when are Penta and Phoenix the Lucha Brothers, and when are they the Death Triangle?
Yeah.
Because I do like the Death Triangle, and I think that they should push Matt more too. So, but it's all confusing. But I remember that the first T-shirt they released for Death Triangle, that shirt was fire, dude. I'd like to find that too.
They
If I
have
don't know if
some.
there's
They released some really good merch,
they do.
and
They have some
and
really good stuff.
it was funny. You're talking about a triangle. What automatically came to my brain was trios, and
Yeah,
yeah, you see that AEW is now starting to use that formula.
the trios matches.
The
Yeah,
first time I've ever seen that, and what's funny is, and again, this is where people who are wrestling fans are probably going to kick me in the face when they see me. But the first time I'd see it, and I have to give it up to my boy, the Kilowatt and Leapfrog. That's the first time I ever seen trios match. I was like, wait, what? You're doing, wait, what? And you're going for like a trophy? That's kind of cool. I was like, all
see
right,
that,
I'm interested. That's cool.
and not I mean
And that was me. I always followed.
Sasha.
I always follow WWE all the time, so I'm a big WWE guy. Like WWE, WCW back in the day, those were the two I basically followed a lot. And you didn't see a lot of trios matches, or
Yeah.
even put emphasis or standing stuff on trios matches.
Right.
You know,
But I'll
so
tell you, and I'm sure that Alex would tell you this too. I'm sure that a lot of the Camp Leapfrog, I'm sure that a lot of the inspiration there came from the Chikara side, because there are a lot of people on Camp Leapfrog who were high in Chikara, and with everything that happened with Chikara falling out and everything.
Chikara was a fantastic product. It really was.
Everything, yeah, it really was. But they were the innovators of the trios.
Mm.
In my book, it was Chikara and Pro Wrestling Gorilla, and that's what this stuff is that they're doing with the
I
trios
didn't
in
watch a
there.
lot of Lucha Underground. Did they ever do that in Lucha Underground at all, or
I
no?
didn't watch a lot of Lucha Underground
Me
myself
neither.
either.
I always thought that. I'm not trying to get off topic here, but I always thought that there was always inkling that Netflix, for instance, wanted to buy Lucha Underground and actually start that as a
Should
weekly
have. I know that.
episodic thing, which would have been cool, which it
Right.
would have been fire. But
Yeah, would
I
have
never.
definitely would have
Of
been
course,
with the
we can
production
get
in
with
it. And
Netflix when we get on What Up Peeps.
yep,
All
yep.
right, next match.
But yeah, next match was the Casino Battle Royale, the
Ooh.
women's Casino Battle Royale, and to explain how that worked, I wouldn't be able to. I know they had your cards, and the different suits came out at different times, and
It's a
basically,
gimmick. It's a
yeah,
gimmick. That's all it is. It's
the
definitely a
uh,
gimmick.
the Joker card was of course, the debuting Ruby Soho, as we know, Ruby Riot.
Destination.
Yeah,
I love
man.
her song, man. I'm sorry. Her song is cool.
The coolest thing for me was her moment with Bryce Remsburg in the ring, with her time from Pro Wrestling Gorilla, and like I said, it's different promotions like Chikara, and their time together, and that was just a special moment they shared in the ring. But yeah, I'm not super hot on her winning that.
Me
I'm
neither.
not super hot. I like it. I think it's going to be a great match. They have, excuse me, Ruby Soho and Britt Baker have history. Ruby did break her into the business. I just feel like, oh man, I thought either it was going to be. I really thought it was going to be not Diamante. Was it Diamante? No, sorry. I really thought it was going to be Thunder Rosa. So we could have gotten that second matchup between Thunder and Britt.
Such a
That
huge
that
fan. I'm a huge fan of Thunder Rosa.
yeah. That'll come. I'm sure.
Her
I'm sure.
Instagram is fire.
Yeah, dude.
Her Instagram is pretty
Talk about
fire.
best dressed too.
Yeah.
She's always with the fire outfits.
Yeah, and the whole makeup thing is cool. What she does is just,
Yeah,
and it's
man.
always something different every time she goes on. So
Very much so. Yeah.
I'm with you. As cool as it was to see Ruby Soho on there, um, just to give her like the chip to say here that you have a chance now for the title. I don't.
Right. That's
I'm like,
WWE stuff.
yeah, I know, and that's where like. Again, if I could reach out to AEW, don't try to be like WWE, because
Yeah.
you see where, I mean, they had the top rung for the longest time, but what makes you cool is you're different. Like
Right.
that's what makes them cool. So don't try to do that. Like it would have been cool to, trust me. I understand it. She's a big star and people know her and she's fresh and you want to have that fresh face out there. But it would
Right.
have been cooler to have another one of your talent that you've already grown in there some more,
Right. And
So
especially because at first, Thunder started out as an NWA woman, and then she's officially under the AEW umbrella. So to have given her that second shot, like I said, it'll come up, I'm sure.
yeah.
But what the heck was I going to say about that? Oh, yeah, I completely forgot what I was going to say. But yeah. Anyway, oh, I've seen that, and as well as you've seen that on the independent scenes, and I'm not going to name any names of any production, but I've seen it at several places, so it's not any one place. But when they bring in the WWE person, then they put that. You know what I mean? They bring in the big name, and it's usually the big name goes over on
It's the same format. Yeah, you're right.
the homegrown talent. But to me,
Yeah.
it feels like the homegrown talent should be the one you're showcasing. What
Yeah,
do you
because
think?
you never know how long that contract's going to be for that person that just came in that was a star at another promotion. So you
Right.
never know how long that person's going to be like a. And to be honest, if you're independent, I would never throw unless you get like a book for the next show. I would never throw like a title or anything on somebody just to be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like they're these people go all across the country. Now, I wouldn't say world anymore, but these people go. These people have names all across the country from Maine to California. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
So yeah, that I got to say that was a down for me.
yeah, yeah,
That one was a down.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that because that was kind of a down for me too. It was cool, but there was a lot of cool points.
Right. Don't
I'm
get me
not.
wrong. I'm not mad that Ruby Soho's there. I'm not really mad that she's got a title shot. If I was the one with the Booker hat and the pencil, I would have probably had that. But that's
If I
why
had
I'm
the
not a
Booker
Booker.
hat, I'd have her do like I would have something where Britt Baker was when she was doing against Statlander. Like I would have had her like attack her like at the end, like just to have her faction come out, and then Ruby Soho comes out to basically save Statlander, and then build that in a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Instead of just like, oh, here's the chip, because that chip is basically like the case, like the Money in the Bank case, basically.
I could see that still happening though. Like you could imagine where they would have another matchup and Chris Statlander's in there and she's getting beat down and then all of a sudden here comes Cassidy. You know what I'm saying? And then what's he gonna do? Like well, he's trying to save her, but out comes Adam Cole, baby. Well, I
Yeah,
kind of spoiled some endings, but at this point we already know that he's out of there.
yeah,
But so Adam Cole comes out, and then it's Adam Cole versus Orange. You know what I mean? Like that would be cool too,
yeah.
for sure. But yeah, the next match on here was MJF versus Chris Jericho. Of course, this was the fourth match out of their little series here, and if Chris Jericho would have lost this one, his career was on the line. He's done, no longer wrestling in AEW if he would have lost this one, and but by the grace of Dave Meltzer, I don't know, God, whoever you want to say. I don't know. By the grace of whomever, Chris Jericho picked a win up here over MJF.
I was a little jaded on this because I didn't know where they were going with this as far as storyline because, um, we all know that Fozzy and Chris Jericho, he's a rock star and he's back
Mm-hmm.
on tour. So in fact, he
Right.
was just in Harrisburg, this past weekend, which was
Oh shoot, man, that would have been
actually
sweet.
it was on Thursday.
At the
He
H
was there.
Mac. At the H Mac.
Yeah, I had tickets. I never got to go. I was pissed because
Have you
I don't
been to
know
the
if you
H
guys
Mac?
can see this, but I'm a huge fan of Fuzzy. I have this. I got tickets that I went to. I have the stage that they performed on when I was there. So, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Fozzy, and I didn't get. Oh, I got the drumsticks are back there, but because the drummer,
Shit, good shit,
yeah, it
man.
was cool.
Have you ever been to the H Mac?
No, I've never been to the HMAC.
Revolution Wrestling Federation runs out of there. Mal
Oh, that's
Havoc,
cool.
Mal Havoc's promotion, and he just had a hardcore match with Rob Noxious.
I know Rob Noxious. Rob Noxious runs
That's
the promotions here in Lebanon.
yeah, man, and that's on I think it's the Revolution Wrestling Federation's Facebook page. I was watching that. That was really neat.
Oh, cool.
But the HMAC is a cool place. I've been there for
Well, I didn't
Revolution
get a chance
Wrestling.
to go. I was working and I lost $20 and that show was rescheduled so many times. Like it started out in Lancaster at this place, the Chameleon Club, and I
Yeah,
had
the
tickets
Chameleon
and
Club. Yeah,
I had people we were all going to go with as a friends. We were all going to go as friends, and then COVID hit, and then it changed twice, and then it went
yeah.
to Harrisburg, and I just was at the point where I'm like, I'm not missing out work. I need to make
Right.
money, so I'm like, all right, that sucks.
You're in that cool location down there by the Chameleon Club and by the Crocodile Rock. There's a lot of cool venues in Pennsylvania people don't realize, man. I tell you that much.
Yeah. But
So
no, I didn't know where they were going to go with this because I thought maybe they might give him the loss and just have him just he could fly in because again he lives
right.
in Florida area, so he could fly in, do some commentary, fly out to his to his band and stuff.
Yeah,
But
and he kind of teased it. He's like, "Oh, you don't never know when my last match could be. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it or whatever." And then all of a sudden, it's like the stipulation of, "Uh-oh, now his career's on the line." So it was like, I kind of didn't know where they were going to go with this. I really thought Jericho was going to lose. So with him winning, that's an up for me.
yeah, yeah,
So definitely,
it's
and
always an up for me. I love Jericho.
yeah. Yeah, man. Any iteration from WCW and back again. But yeah, the next match up on here was the return, man. The return, baby. CM Punk versus Darby Allin.
How great was this match? Like, this was good. It's
The
something
the
we've been waiting for, what, 7, 8 years, 10 years, maybe? I don't know. It's just been a long time we've been waiting for this match.
Can you believe? Yeah, absolutely, man. 7 years for Punk to come back. But can you believe the biggest controversy out of here was the kind of pants that CM Punk was wearing? Like, we got him back. But the controversy is what was on his legs. Me, I could care less. I knew that he was saying on oral sessions with Renee Paquette, Moxley's wife,
Yeah.
um, that he was like kind of body conscious about getting back into those trunks. And to me, I could care less. I thought he looked fantastic in this
Listen, when you
Long
get up in
Boys.
age, stuff starts sagging.
Yeah, it
And
happens to us all.
yeah, and I'm okay. But like, I'm not that wrestling fan that's gonna judge him by his pants. To be honest,
Exactly.
I never was a big fan of bikini style. So I'm more of a singlet man myself.
I remember that infamous time that it was after was a Raw or something like that, and he threw his trunks off, and after on he had nothing underneath the trunks but a freaking thong or whatever, and he was trolling around with his thong on after Raw in front of what 20,000, 50,000 people.
Yeah, that's when thongs were cool.
Yeah, man. CM Punk made thongs cool again.
And ice cream.
Yeah, and ice cream too. Ice cream bars.
Yep.
They need to get him on a real, the real, the old school ice cream bars, the good humor ice cream bars.
Yes.
Either that or have that company make some stuff. I don't know how they would do that. They're local to Chicago.
I'm just saying, please send me some ice cream bars.
Yeah, please. I do want to try one of them.
I want one, and then I'm gonna put
Yes,
the
sir.
wrapper on eBay for like a lot of
A
money.
billion.
Yeah.
The thing about them ice cream bar, they're vanilla bean. You don't find vanilla bean often as a flavor in
I'm
like
just
ice cream.
saying. I just think
Yeah.
he's a marketing genius. He's a promo genius. He can put any talent over, as we saw it in Dynamite this past week.
Yep.
He's just it's yes.
He can sell
What
ketchup popsicles to ladies in white dresses.
Why not? I don't understand why. What happened there? I mean, WWE had a chance to sign one of the biggest talents and make their program more over than it is now. And AEW is like, you know what? Let's just be cool with Punk and say, here, you can have everything. Just go ahead, whatever you want to do. Like
Right.
you see him on the mic on Dynamite, for instance. He was just like, hey, look at this person. Oh, I saw the dark side of the ring. That was cool. Or then he's
Right.
like, oh, let's go over here. Let's, and he's just doing whatever he wants. He's jumping in the crowd like he's a rock star,
Yep.
and it's just like, yeah,
That's
WWE,
Punk.
you're stupid. You're so stupid. Like, you're dumb. And dude, he's just, he's the reason why AEW is super over right now.
I'm telling you.
He made wrestling great again. That's all we can say. And I don't want to put no Trump stuff on here, but he made wrestling great again, and it makes me so excited to watch. He made me start watching wrestling on a reg again. Because I was just like, you know what, I'm done, man.
He brought
I'm done
back
with
the
this
fire
shit.
inside me. Yeah. He
Yeah,
brought back my fire.
yeah. Just I can't wait when his segment comes on. I get so excited, like I'm a little giddy little kid. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, man.
like, and this
And he's
match,
having fun, and I like to watch. I like to see Punk having fun,
yeah,
man.
and this match
So,
alone, watching him do the GTS, I was like, oh god,
yep. And then
you
knocked him
know,
out of the ring.
like
Oh man.
I was just at the point, I was like, this is just amazing,
When
and
he
then
flung him over into that freaking into the ring corner, Punk's back, baby.
yeah, and it was
I
just good to see, like at the end of the match too, them just shaking
Yeah, the
hands and being
respect. Yeah,
cool. It's cool, and that's
and
exactly that's what faces do,
I have
and it,
dramatic experience from WWE. I was kind of waiting for somebody to turn on somebody there. Like I was waiting for Sting to say, you know what, fuck you, Alan. We're done. You know what I mean? Because that's what WWE's conditioned me to. You know what I mean? I'm expecting these curveballs at every opportunity. So it's
yeah,
like it was nice to just see it go out the way it was supposed to do instead of a curveball. Go bang, boom, boom with a curveball.
it was
Slam.
awesome.
Gotcha.
It was just
Yeah.
it was good. It's like for me, if you want my take, it's an up. It's an up
Yep.
for me.
It's up for me too. And moves us up to the next one here. We got two more matches. This one fit in at the end of right at the tail end of the card. It was Paul White versus QT Marshall. It was a real short and sweet match. Um, mm, it's an up, but you know, I mean, it was the great. I would have probably put this one on the pre-show and kept the other one on the actual
You just stole
card.
the words out of my mouth. That's exactly what I said. Is you want a pre-show match? This is exactly what I would have done. I
Yeah.
mean, first of all, Paul White's a name, of course, a big show,
Yep.
whatever. That's cool, but like it wasn't much to go by. It's definitely it's not an up for me. It's definitely like it's not one of my favorite matches. It's not one I'm going to be like sitting around like the water
Right.
cooler and be like, "Oh man, did you see that Big Show match? Did you see Big Show come back? That was awesome,
Right.
right?" No, I'm
Yeah,
not going to say that.
I'm sure Big Show's got to be a hurting unit. I mean, he just went through hip surgery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his
And
show got
so
canceled on Netflix.
yeah, that sucks. So yeah, nothing against him, but
Yeah.
it wasn't my match. QT Marshall, I mean, looking fantastic. It was
If anything,
there
he put
too.
QT over in there. So if
Yeah,
anything,
dude.
and that's what
Yeah,
you're gonna see that in these WWE guys
and
coming over
that's what you
to
want.
AEW. You're gonna see them put these guys more over. I mean, they're gonna put themselves over too, but they're also gonna put more emphasis on putting the young talent and promoting the young talent because I really think that's where AEW wants. They really
Yeah,
want that, because I mean it's cool. I mean, we see a lot of indie talent on AEW that we know as personally as people.
yep,
Like we know them. Like we see the
yes.
main event and Sambo
Sambo
show and
Show. Yep.
like I know them people,
Sahara 7.
Yeah. Like I know all those people. Like we like that's what, and you're going to see these WWE guys and people who's been in the business for a while put these guys over, you know? So it's really cool to see, and it's cool to see Paul White do something cool like that. And QT
Yeah, dude.
Marshall at the time, QT Marshall, I mean, he's still a cool dude, but still, like, not a lot of people know him that much. I mean, even though he is an AEW OG, I think, right?
Yeah. Who's that?
Yeah. So
Oh, QT?
QT,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
an OG. He's in the Nightmare family.
yeah. So I bet, but for Paul White to come in, who's a bigger star, no offense against QT, but Paul White's a bigger star. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
absolutely. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But he did put him over in this match. So
Yep, he did.
I just
Yeah.
want more. I want more meat to this bone of this match.
Yeah. But yeah, so that puts us at the main event of the evening, and that was, oh man, not to be outshadowed by anything here. Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega. Two Canadian boys there, huh?
Yeah.
I really thought it was awesome. They brought out the tables, and Christian hit a spear from the front. Christian hit him with a spear in the back, put him through tables. But of course, Kenny picked up the win here over Christian Cage, and the match itself wasn't up, but even more so was what happened and continued to happen after the match was over.
Yeah. This match, though, I think though, is a setup for the end. to be honest. It was. I mean, you had some cool points to it, and there was very cool. But I guarantee it was a setup for the surprise. You know what I'm saying? Because
Definitely.
I'm just gonna say, like, I wanted more out of this match. There was not a, there. I mean, there was some build up, but there wasn't a ton of build up. And then actually, if we're going off of like, because again, this has been aired already, and we've already, we were into Dynamite
Right.
and stuff like that already. The setup for the storyline for that again, because you would have had more storyline, which would have been cool.
Right.
But it's sort of like drowned it out in Dynamite. You know what I'm saying? Because of the surprise. And that's why
Right.
it made me feel like this match for this match here for all in was set up for the
Right.
surprise more than it was for the setup of the match and the storyline itself,
Right. But don't forget, they had just battled like maybe 2 weeks before this on Rampage for the Impact title, and
which was
on
cool.
Victory Road, yeah, absolutely, and Christian's Impact champion. So on September 18th, when Victory Road happens and Christian wrestles my favorite, Ace Austin, I'm pretty sure that Kenny and Christian are going to, if Christian wins, that's going to continue. That he's going to absolutely challenge again for that Impact title. I don't think
Either
that's
that or a
done.
triple threat with
Oh, dude, Kenny Omega,
Daniel
Christian, and Ace
Bryanson,
Austin. Oh yeah,
or no,
that
Daniel
too.
Bryanson, yeah. Anything for a triple threat because AEW signed him for AEW, and it's cool that Impact is
Right.
like promote because they're doing that crossover shit, which is cool. And I mean, and trust me, I've watched some Impact shows with Christian on it, and it is very cool. Like, it's a very cool
Right, and
thing.
we'll get on that here too, because I'm gonna rapid fire through some of these. But yeah, Christian is back, and yeah, for sure,
For your rating
definitely,
scale, do you have like a medium, like in between, like
yeah,
like here instead of here, or here? It's like here.
in the middle. Yeah,
Yeah,
we could do that. Yeah,
that's
sure.
that's for me. I mean, you can give it
Okay.
up, but for me, I'm sort of in the middle for that, just because it didn't like continue the story. It kind of put a stoppage, but maybe they put a push
Yeah,
pin into the story for later.
put a comma, semicolon.
Yeah,
You
like
know.
it's put a push pin in and say, hey, we're gonna push pin this here storyline, and because we have something bigger that's right now. Which
Yep.
was
Adam Cole came out first of all, and
baby.
because Kenny said, the only people that can beat me are either retired, already tired, or dead.
Ugh.
And the lights go out. Adam Cole comes out. You really think, and then no, you really thought this guy's my best friend. And now the Elite are fully back together, and the Elite are going to take over, and we're the hottest faction going, and there's nobody that can beat us. And freaking Friday the Valkyrie comes on. Bryan Danielson, baby.
That's all I have to
So
say. Yes, yes,
yes,
yes.
yes.
Yeah,
Well,
did you see his interviews
you
after this? By the way, did you see
yeah.
their
So
interviews?
that's what I'm going to cover right now. You can do the yes, but I'm going to go with you're going to get your fucking head kicked in, Dan O'Brien.
Yeah,
Daniel said, Punk said he's happy to work with these guys. I am too, but I want to kick their heads in.
yeah. I
So
think it's good that we're when it comes to him, when it comes to the Bryan Danielson, I think we're gonna see finally the person we should see, and not the more campy, more toolish, more PG esque.
the savior of the planet type
So,
of.
yeah, right. Let's make our championship out of hemp. Like,
I thought it was a cool
we
idea, but
recycle
yeah,
our
it was really
shit and
weird.
make it into water. Like, what?
The American Dragon is back, baby. Let's just say that.
That's cool. Like, that's really cool,
So
and it's going to be good to see his character be more unleashed, which is going to be awesome. I think
yeah,
I'm really excited actually for this version of him that I am
me too.
and any
I am
other version
absolutely.
that he had.
Yeah,
And of course, the fans and us are still going to go yes, yes, yes.
of
They still have the
course,
yes movement. He even said afterwards, like, I really don't want that, but what are you
it's
going to
gonna
do?
happen.
You can't stop the fans from just exploding with a yes movement.
We're not WWE, and we're not going to try to stop them from doing that.
I see
But
more blood on AEW than I do on WWE.
oh, dude, yeah.
That's
And
so
that
great.
blood made that steel cage match, in my
Yes.
opinion. You know, it, blood in a steel cage match. Yeah. So, anyways, this All Out for me. So, like I said, it's either pass or fail, or you can go in the middle. But for me, it's pass. Not only is it a pass, it's a seal of approval.
Yep.
It gets my seal of approval. So that's what I thought of All Out, and I got a couple shows that are fallout from the week here, and I'm going to rapid fire through these real quick so we can get Mr. Paul to bed so he can take care of the little penguin in the morning. So,
Shoot, brother.
anyway, that's shoot. Anyway, we got AEW Dark Elevation from the 6th. We opened the show up with Pretty Peter Ralavon and the Hollywood Hunk Nick Namath versus Bear Country. Bear Country picked up the win on this one. It was an up for me. The next one here was Emi Sakurai versus Missa Kate. This was also an up for me, and my Emi Sakurai picked up the win on this one. The next one was Lance Archer versus GPA. That was an up. But the only thing I say about these matches is with Lance and these other people, when he chases them out to the ring, half the time you don't get to you don't notice the other person's name, and that's the whole point of these dark elevations and these darks is to elevate the other person too. You know what I mean? And it's not really elevating them if you've beat their ass so bad before they even make to the ring that they don't even get an introduction. You know what I mean? So that's the only part that's a down for me on that is at least these people get an introduction or put their nameplate somewhere while he's kicking their ass down the ramp. But yeah, next up here was Kira Hogan versus Blair Onyx. I think this was Kira's first win on AEW, so that was definitely an up for me. We move on to Nyla Rose versus Laney Luck, of somebody I've known for a while, is Laney Luck. And Nyla Rose picked up the win here, but Laney Luck still looked pretty good.
I've met
This was
Nyla Rose multiple times. She's
I've seen her too.
pretty
Yeah.
cool. Very cool person.
Yep. That was it up for me for sure. And the next one was Anthony Bowens versus Griff Garrison. Anthony Bowens, of course, the tag team partner to Max Caster and the Acclaimed. Um, Anthony Bowens picked up the win here for Griff Garrison. I didn't expect that. So that was an up. You know, a lot of the time, the problem with Dark Elevation is that you know pretty much who's going to win the very second you see the match. That's my only thing with that. So yeah, next was Queen Aminata versus Red Velvet. Red Velvet picked up the win there. That was an up. The next one after that was John Silver and Preston Vance 10 versus Travis Titan and Isaiah Moore. John Silver and Preston Vance picked up the win on that one. That was an up. Next up was JD Drake versus Dante Martin. That was an up. Dante Martin picked up the win over JD Drake. The next one after that was Blue Sky versus Rio. Rio picked up the win. That was an up. And then we had RSP and KS Project versus John Moxley, Darby Allin, and Eddie Kingston. And Moxley and gang picked up win on that one. That was an up for me. The show was a pass. All right. We had AEW Dark after Elevation, of course. That was on Tuesday. That opened up with Lance Archer versus Jason Hotch. Yep. That was a down for me, like I said, because these things happen so fast you don't even get an introduction on the other kids. You know what I mean? It's like I would have liked to at least known the guy's name other than having to hear it, you know, like maybe once during the match when he's getting his ass kicked. Hey, he picked up Hotch for a power bomb. It's like, wait, what was his name? Oh, okay, I have to go back and rewind that. They just said his name for the first time, and I don't know who this guy is. But yep, that was That was my down. The next one here was Laney Luck versus the Bunny. That was a really good one. The Bunny picked up the win on that one. That was an up for me. Then we had Allen Five Angels versus Evil Uno. This was my match of the card. That was an up for me. Evil Uno picked up the win there. Then after that, we had Robert Anthony and Captain Sean Dean versus the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed picked up the win there. That was an up for me. Then we seen Lee Moriarty versus Bad Boy Joey Janela. Super good match. Joey picked up the win. This one was an up for me. Then we had RSP and Travis Titan versus Colt Cabana and Stu Grayson. This was another super good one, and that what they're doing here, I really like with RSP. You know, as a deathmatch guy, I know who RSP is. He's been killing it for years, killing himself for years. CZW, GCW, you know, anywhere, you name it. And his feuds with Nick Gage over the past couple of years at GCW was just some of the most coolest stuff ever you could check out, man. The passion both of those guys had going into some of them matches, and the atmosphere, the big fight feel that the GCW crowd gave those boys, man. You got to go back and watch some of that GCW stuff if you can. But the main event here was a 3 strikes match between Big Swole and Diamante. The first one was a pin. The second one, I really wasn't too familiar with the rules on this one. I think it was either like the first, you could either go for a pin, then you had to get a submission, or another pin, and then to end it with a knockout. But Big Swole ended up winning over Diamante here. And that was a win. That was an up for me. And the show was a pass for sure. AEW Dark was a pass. Like I said, I just want to cover these up here. So
can I say something about this week actually?
Yeah.
So this week for shows when it comes to AEW, dude, you have to give it to Brian Pillman Jr.
Definitely,
he killed it this week. And dude,
yep.
Moxley is just growing on me more again.
Yeah,
him having the music wild thing just makes me so excited to watch him come out.
At first, but yeah,
I was not.
That grew on me too.
I mean, Charlie Sheen again is just looking over his shoulder, like, dude, is he using my music? Like,
right?
Like, dude, if he would ever do a thing where he would be in Cleveland, for instance, and like they would come out and he would come out and have the glasses,
walk past Charlie Sheen and like.
I would mark out. I would totally mark out if he had the glasses on and came out with a Cleveland Indians jersey. I would just like mark out so bad.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Dude, when he comes out now, dude, I am totally like wild thing.
Yeah, man.
You make like I'm singing the whole time. Like just the nostalgia of that song is just like totally like gets me every time he comes out and makes me want to watch more Moxley stuff. Because he got really. He was cool when he first came back. When he came out as John Moxley, it was his promo works on that was just the best. The best. And then some of his like death matches he did was just the best. And then him doing stuff on like bringing more of a death match type scene to AEW was awesome. Yeah. And so, but he got really old on me quick because I don't like when he does that cocky Dean Ambrose shit that he used to do in WWE where he was like,
yeah.
When he starts doing that, I'm like, all right, you're zoning me out, dude. But when you do the like your cool finisher where you hook them up and put them up high and then boom.
Yeah, I like that. Right on the neck.
Like that's badass.
Something you should check out would probably be IWA. I'm pretty sure it was IWA Mid-South versus Neil Diamond Cutter. Now that's where the whole Sweet Caroline drunk Moxley came from. It was a death match though, where they were taking shots of alcohol the whole time. You got to go back and watch it. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. As a matter of fact, when this is over, I'll send you a link just so you can watch it.
But that I want to give Moxley and Brian Pillman Jr. both killed it this week, and also for the past 2 weeks, actually could be the past month. GCW, you mentioned GCW, so hot. Moxley actually did come out, I think, in all it was.
He is their champion.
He came out with.
He came out as a druid. He came out as one of G Raver's druids, and fucked up Matt Cardona, and became the champion. So.
I mean, I'm kind of against that just because dude, I love Matt Cardona. I'm a huge fan of that dude. I'm a woo woo kid. I've always been a woo woo kid.
Yeah.
But yo, no, listen, like GCW killed it this for the past couple weeks. I mean,
My thing with Cardona
they
was,
were on a major promotion, and
yeah,
they're an independent show, you
yeah.
know. So
My
because he
thing with
came out with
Cardona,
merch on it, you know.
yeah,
Yeah,
freaking crown. But yeah,
yeah,
my thing with Cardona is that I kind of figured he was gonna be a placeholder champion. Like after that first death match, he's like, not really liking that. I
yeah,
was drenched in blood, and my hotel room was destroyed, and
yeah. I mean,
the
he put them over.
there
Good
was
for them.
disgusting, just this disgusting behavior, messaging his wife and stuff like that. Let's not go that far as fans, guys. Come
But
on
good
now.
for GCW though to put good for Matt
Yeah,
Cardona to put GCW over, which was
yeah,
cool. That was very
yeah.
cool. He
I
didn't
like,
have to do that.
because GCW is one of those places where yes, deathmatch happens, but so do incredible regular normal ass matches. Now
Yes.
I could see Cardona come back and have a couple random ass normal matches on GCW card.
Yeah.
To me, yeah.
All right.
But
Continue with rapid fire.
yeah,
My bad.
yeah, no problem. So we got AEW Dynamite on came from the 8th. We opened the show up versus Malachi Black versus Dustin Rhodes. Oh, dude, great fight. And it
Everything
was,
Malachi does nowadays is really good.
yeah, and this one went longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be one of those. Yep, we're gonna put him over strong.
He has
Nope.
one of the coolest entrances right now. Like
Yeah,
his
dude. Yeah,
entrance is so cool.
and where they phase him out and shift him out. Like here goes the lights. Now he's over here. Now
And
he's
his
over here.
mask that he wears is just
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, dude, this was freaking Tommy End versus Gold-Dust. Like it's a dream match type scenario, and it
yeah.
so yeah, dude. Malachi Black did pick up the win on Dustin here. We got it up on that one, and then we went to Powerhouse Hobbs versus Dante Martin. Dante's was on a hell of a streak here, but we had Powerhouse pick up the winner. That wasn't up for me though. So the next one here, we had Jamie Hayter, of course, friends of Miss Britt Baker, DMD, versus Ruby Soho, the debuting Ruby Soho. That was a good one. That was up for me. Ruby Soho picked the win up on her debut. And we move up to it was a FTR and Sean Spears versus Silver, Uno, and Grayson. This one was a super good one too. And I love to see Grayson's one of my favorite not up and comers, but it's somebody I wasn't really too familiar with outside of AEW, but AEW's been really putting my eyes on him, and I love that Nightfall move he does, where it's the Bane move, you know what I mean? The break the bat's back,
Yeah.
So yeah, dude,
My thing is actually for this is it's nice to see FTR actually on the show, which
it
is
is,
great.
yeah.
But I don't understand why AEW doesn't put them over more as a tag team instead of
Oh,
doing
that
these
dude,
little trios type things that they've been doing with them. Like it's
well,
you
that
know,
dude got fucked up for a while there
yeah, I understand that,
with that
but
hook into his arm, yeah.
you're gonna lose another talent there, if you don't do something quick with them. Because a lot of people get a little weirded out with like when they first come in, they get excited, like, "Oh, dude, I'm gonna be pushed, I'm gonna be pushed, I'm gonna be pushed," and then
Right,
finally, it's that they end up in the WWE hole where it's like, "Hey, we're mid carding or low carding, if anything."
right, dude, yeah. I feel
Yeah,
you.
and they
And
are
that's
great talent, and
like
I'd like to see
Impact.
them up there.
Impact is one of those companies that I feel does a fantastic job of taking a a roster full of people who would be mid carders anywhere else and making something out of them. Not only making something out of them, but putting your company on their freaking backs. Like Eddie
Yeah,
Edwards, for example. Anywhere else, he'd be a mid carder.
yeah,
Moose.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They're making good names out of these people who like okay, like finally. Well, we'll get to that on the very next review, as a matter of fact.
Go
So
ahead.
yeah, then that's the main event here was Moxley versus Suzuki. This was my match of the card. It was an
Wow,
up.
dang.
Hell yeah, man. My only problem was they cut off the Kai Kara or whatever it was. I can butcher. I'll be butchering that for Suzuki's entrance. But other than that, that was a fantastic one. I really enjoyed it. Some blood, I don't know if that was supposed to happen, especially he got 7 stitches afterwards. But yeah, Dynamite, pass. And let's move on. We got 2 more shows. We got Impact coming up. This was on the 9th. We opened the show up with Tasha Steelz versus Rosemary. I really wish they would have kept Fire and Ice together, but I understand. Kira's on AEW now, and she's got a new bestie out here. I honestly hope that we see Fire and Ice sooner than later together. But Rosemary picked up the win here. We get an up. Move on to the next one. It was this one was my match of the card for Impact here. Was a bunkhouse brawl between Carl Anderson and Rich Swann. Carl Anderson picked up the win here. And I said that was an up for me. The next one here, 2 NJPW dudes going at it. Chris Bay, newly of the Bullet Club, the Baylit Club, as you will, versus David Finlay. David Finlay picked up the win here. That was an up for me. Then we had Steve Macklin versus P.D. Williams. All these fights were bangers, but this was the down for me. I really thought these guys were going to go a little bit more than what they did. It was a shoot up, roll up type of on a distraction type of thing. So it was like, man,
did you see a destroyer?
No, I don't think there was a destroyer in this one. So it was
he probably doesn't do it. He probably doesn't do it just because it's so copied now.
Yeah, dude.
It's such a copy. Like he was basically the inventor of that, and now it's just such a copied move. It's like the super kick. Yeah, it's like everybody does a super kick now.
Just like the Canadian Destroyer. Put a coin in the jar. The Canadian Destroyer
I'm
jar.
telling you, donate to charity.
Yep.
I mentioned that to PPW when I was at PPW. I used to tell them, like, every time somebody does a super kick, you should just take like $1 and put it in a jar, and then we send that to charity, because you would probably get like at least $30 at night,
Oh, definitely, dude, definitely. But yeah, the main event was Moose versus Eddie Edwards. Moose picked up the win here. Turmoil at the end, they're building up to this 10-man tag match that's coming up on Impact this week, and of course on the 18th, I think it is, that is going to be Victory Road, their next PPV event. If you got Impact Plus, go for that. If not, you could watch wrestling.
Now, do you get all those?
Somewhere else.
You get all the pay-per-views with Impact Plus, correct?
You do.
And see, this is where, dude. This again. This is
the only problem is it was Slammiversary. I don't know what the hell happened there.
Oh yeah, the old school one, right?
They advertised that this new Slammiversary was going to be on Impact Plus. Yeah. It's still not on there. But you know what? It recorded on my freaking DVR, so I have Slammiversary on the DVR. I'm not taking it off.
And this is where AEW, if they want to bring in more money revenue, it's cool that they have the pay-per-views. If they want to bring in more money revenue, I would like to see a subscription service for them. Original shows. I mean, granted, they're branching out to like their, like what the TNT, for instance, is having a show with Cody Rhodes and his wife and stuff like that. Like they're doing like a thing like that. But like,
where are you going to put all that stuff? Where can we watch all this posthumously? You know what I mean?
They're putting it on the TNT app, which is cool. But or TNT, just go in there and say, hey, listen, let's put the pay-per-views on here. Let's do a TNT Plus app. And give me an option to do like a $9.99, and I'll watch every single pay-per-view.
Either that, or we've talked about this one on What's Up Peeps a couple of times. HBO Max, pay even a little bit more to HBO Max to get live wrestling and pay-per-views.
Oh, there it's going to be Deathmatch City. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah, we're all down for that.
I'd give you $20 a month for that. That's an extra. I'd give you $25 in a month for that. I'll give you an extra $10 on top of that. Yeah. What I pay. So
I'd pay,
yeah,
dude. I would pay just to have
excuse me.
not just a backlog, but just to get a pay per view all the time. I would totally
Yeah,
do that. Like Peacock, they have Peacock, and then like now with the Impact Plus, like I would pay for all these types of things. You know, we have what IWTV for independent
yep.
wrestling. So like that is
High
the
Spots Network.
future.
Everybody's got their network, so
Yeah,
it's out
rope to
there.
rope, they have their own
Yep,
thing,
rope
you
to
know. So
rope.
like we have this thing that's a thing for wrestling. AEW needs to jump on that ship because $50, that's
It's
old school
steep,
nostalgia. It's an old school nostalgia. I'll give it to them because that's a thing. It's still cheaper than boxing or UFC. Like
right?
boxing and UFC is like, dude,
And
seventy
like
five
I,
dollars for a UFC
yeah,
fight.
screw
Like,
that. And
come
then
on,
what? You're
man.
gonna have to pay Ryan Kavanaugh.
Yeah, well, $75 is actually a because I have ESPN Plus, so $75 is actually a discount of what it is. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
But
So
yeah,
like,
I'm not paying Triller a dime. Triller, my thing is flipped.
my thing is so like
I don't like
AEW
any of
needs to
those
get on
fights,
jump
those
on that
Logan Paul
ship.
fights.
Maybe talk to TNT.
Yeah,
Maybe do somewhere they have a TNT Plus or something like
they
that.
gotta
They,
do
they
so.
do
Like I
original
said on,
shows or something.
not to keep plugging what's up, peeps, but like I said on there before, is I do like that they're only doing it like every 3 months. That gives you that nostalgic feel, and it makes those events feel that much bigger
Yeah, I mean
instead of.
they get a big thumbs up for me for having pay per view quality entertainment
Yeah, how
all the
about a pay
time.
per view match that's an actual pay per view quality thing? Because instead of running the same matches week after week, and then oh well, this is our big match of the month. Like no,
Yeah.
WWE. That's the thing with the network. Kind of spoiled us of expecting several pay per views a month.
I'm super spoiled when it comes to that.
Yeah, dude.
I'm super spoiled. So, no, I'm sorry. This is my little take on the whole like
No,
streaming
yeah,
service and stuff
that's
like
why you're
that.
here, man.
Yeah.
I like to bounce ideas off of you. I like to speak with you. So, but yeah, let's cover the last one on here was AEW Rampage. It was on the 10th. They opened the show up with Pac versus Andrade El Elo. Pac won on that one. That was an up for me.
What's your thing for Pac, by the way? Like, I when he was first announced for AEW, I was excited.
Yeah.
But every time now, it seems like he's not showing up to shows. He's doing no shows. Like I feel
So
like
is Pac.
I think he's an asshole. Like he's just a straight up asshole. Like,
He might
and
be.
that's not in character or
I
gimmicky. That like that. I think in life he's just an
I've heard
asshole.
that
Like,
about him, and there's another guy that I've heard that about was Austin Aries, and with that, that whole situation between the two of them.
don't get
Yeah,
me started. Don't get
yeah.
me started on Austin Aries, man. That dude
I
is a fat shamer. He is a fat shamer. Yeah, Austin Aries is a straight up fat. I don't care if he listens. I mean, if he does, that'd be freaking awesome if he listens to the show. But still, I will down him from the day I die. He is a fat shamer. I've had it. I've had it done to me, and I left out there with a very sour, salty taste in my mouth. This dude, because it's like,
not
yo,
good.
I'm here trying to, like you're here trying to promote yourself and try to be the utmost professional, but then you start talking like so much shit on big people. Like, come on, dude.
No,
He's
because he's vegan, and I mean, not all vegans are like that. Trust me.
you know. I told him the conversation
You're
was
not going to change
with me and
anybody's
him.
mind by having a holier than thou, like a
Yeah.
god complex. That's
Like
not how
he
you're
was
going to get
telling
people
me
to.
like how the conversation came up was we were talking about the Impossible Whopper. I
No,
was like, oh, well,
okay.
they have the Impossible Whopper now, and he goes, well, somebody like you would eat that, and I'm like, whoa, dude,
Well, you
that
should be
is
happy that somebody would choose to take an alternative. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm going to step outside of my comfort zone here, and I'm going to try this. And if I like it, I could see myself making the switch to a vegan-based
no meat
diet.
Mondays, no meat Mondays.
Yeah, like
Don't get me started on the
encourage
Austin Aries. I can go
encourage it.
Austin Aries, Cole Cabana like rants all day, dude.
Oh
I'm just
Lord, I
don't
liked
get me
Cole,
started. They rub
but
me the
yeah,
wrong way.
that was my up. That was my match of the card. We moved on to Statlander, Rio, and Ruby Soho versus Britt Baker, Rebel, and Jamie Hayter.
This is a grudge match from Dynamite.
This was a super PWG match, and they had Rio on the shoulders of Statlander. She did the stomp off of. Oh man, it was super cool. It was really cool. But yeah, I hear a lot of comparisons to the AEW is just a super PWG or a super Chikara. AEW is AEW, man. I don't.
No,
They're not going to be the next Impact. They're not going to. You know what I mean? They're the AEW is AEW. It's
yeah,
all elite, baby. That's how
yeah,
I feel,
baby.
baby. But yeah, the main event on here was Max Caster versus Brian Pillman Jr. Max Caster got the win on here. That's my boy, Max Caster. So this wasn't up for me. That the last match wasn't up for me.
Isn't this where Moxley came out and saved Pillman?
Yeah. Yep.
Because they were in what, Cincinnati, right?
So they're Cincinnati
Yeah,
boys. Yep. I liked Pillman's gear. Shout out to his father.
yeah.
And I just showed my dad the infamous clip of Stone Cold Steve Austin breaking into Pillman's house.
Yeah.
I said, when
Where he had a gun. The one where he
I
had a
said,
gun.
dude, I said, Dad, I was like, what, 10 years old. I said, Stone Cold broke into Brian Pillman Sr.'s house, and the dude just pulls out a gun. And
Yeah.
they end the wrestling show. This was a wrestling show, by the way. They ended it, and it's like Stone Cold might have just got shot.
It's never been done before in wrestling when it comes to
No,
on
a
national TV.
gun. Not, I
Yeah,
mean,
in fact, it was very controversial. Wasn't it a very
it
controversial
was.
scene?
I remember Pillman talking about that in a couple different shoots and
I
stuff.
met him. I met him. I met Brian Pillman
I met
Jr.
Pillman
I've
too.
talked to him multiple
What a good
times.
dude, man.
Definitely good dude. Definitely a totally good dude.
And he's a second generation star. Usually, you get ahead when you're a second generation star. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
he didn't have that. I'll tell you that much. He was
he had a good week.
fantastic.
That's why he's definitely one of my players of the week this week, because
Yeah.
he definitely had a good week. You know, it was a good week for him. It was good actually to put him. It was good for AEW to put him way over in both shows while he was in his city, like his hometown. So it was cool, and Moxley too.
Yeah. So yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna have to give MVP of the week myself here, and I'm gonna have to give my MVP to the Lucha Brothers, new tag team champions. I like that idea. Yeah, MVP of the week too. So yeah, the AEW Rampage, of course, was a pass, and that's where I'm gonna have to let Paul go to sleep here, guys, and that's where we're wrapping up the Duke's Dive this week. Everything was great. I thought I had a really good week of fallout from All Out, the fallout of All Out. So yeah,
It's actually been very interesting to be a wrestling fan,
it
and
really has.
kudos to AEW for giving us our passion back.
Yeah.
And just just the wrestling fan that what we've been looking for. I mean, I've been following AEW since they started, of course, and of course WWE when they started, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just been fun to watch professional wrestling on television.
Yeah.
Not downing any of the independents or anything like that,
Right.
but just to be able to watch the stuff
Same
on
here.
television.
It just feels good to be given what we want from time to time, and that's what we'll end the show on.
Yeah, well, on my part, I just want to say, I want to welcome the Duke's Dive to the Wicked Troll Network.
Yep,
which is awesome.
Thank you.
Another exclusive show, which is great for the network, which is awesome. And again, this is produced. This is in partnership with the Slam, and we're gonna have more Slam stuff where we'll have interviews, and I'm sure you'll probably have some guys on here that you can talk to on here too. It's not just be always the Penguin trying to take over, because sometimes people say that it's always the Penguin trying to take over because they think I'm narcissistic.
I invited the Penguin on here because I don't like to do the show alone. I feel like for somebody to want to listen to a lone man do a podcast, that lone man or woman that's doing a podcast has to be a pretty big name for me to sit there like, okay, Howard Stern, for example, Stone Cold Steve Austin even has, a conversation with somebody,
it's good to have a group.
Yeah, there's really not many people who just do a one-man podcast because
it's hard to do.
It really is. And
I mean, like I said, again,
it's so much
you've
better to
helped out
go
with
off.
What Up Peeps, and now bringing this show on here to for you to get to your passion. And again, I'm here to help you polish all the ends and
I
you know
appreciate it.
make this show into a hit. You know what I'm saying? And
Hell
I
yeah.
think it will be. And it's good. It's good
Absolutely.
stuff. And because another thing too with me, like again, I'm just trying to get my passion back for wrestling
Same here.
and watching the pros do it now makes me a little bit more excited because it tickles that inner child. So
Yeah.
but I also encourage everyone who's listening or watching to please follow us. Use the Linktree code. It's going to be in the description of this video or recording, and just follow everything on here. We have a lot of good shows on here. We have from me cooking to us reviewing. We got a review. Me and this guy's got reviews coming up
Yep.
soon. And we got new reviews for foods and stuff coming up soon too. So just follow us there. On Wicked Turtle Network, Twitter. Also, this man's been doing
Yep.
a huge job on Twitter. So
Follow us on
kudos
Twitter.
for him. So
Yep. And to steal something from What's Up, Peeps, I like to do a little bit of promotion at the end here. Somebody I had to actually go back because I wasn't finding their videos for the longest time, and for some reason YouTube not only knocked them out of my algorithm, they unsubscribed me. So that's another thing. If you're on YouTube, make sure like your most followed people, you go back and you go on their channel, make sure you're subscribed, and you hit the bell. Make sure you're getting your notifications.
definitely hit
Otherwise,
the bell. You got to hit
yeah.
the bell.
Otherwise, they're not going to give it to you. But
Yeah.
I want check out Reckless Eating. Check out Reckless Eating. These are guys that they are near and dear to me because I've watched them for the longest time, and I feel like they're very adjacent to Wicked Turtle Network because they also do a lot of food reviews, many gross reviews. They do alcohol reviews, and they are very big wrestling fans, and they used to back in the day do backyard wrestling and stuff. So
Oh, cool.
Reckless Eating, follow them, and my buddy Gamer Nick from there, he's good. He's a good guy. So yeah, that's my promotion. Do you have any promotion this week to
That's it. Just
anybody
follow
want to
Wicked Turtle. That's it.
check our Twitter out, man. Check us out on all the socials.
Buy some merch. We have some cool merch like that.
Yeah,
If you like
dude.
this show, if you like this show, the Slam is actually this is a Slam edition
This is this
of the
edition.
Duke's
Yep.
Dive. This logo right here is a Slam Jam. That's our
The Slam
Slam Jam
Jam.
logo. Yeah, so it's go
You
on
can get that
our
on a
yeah
bevy of
Linktree.
things. Yeah.
Go to the Linktree. You'll see
It's in
you'll
all
see the
our
score there.
It's all in
So
all our descriptions. So when you click
yeah.
that, you can find everything there from our socials to
Oh,
our
also
store.
our sponsor. We have a sponsor too.
Oh
Raise.
yeah, yes sir.
Yeah, we can't forget to talk about Raise, man. You gotta do Raise.
Ah,
Definitely gotta do Raise.
Operation Get Duke a Dive is coming to an end.
A raise.
Because
You mean
know
a raise?
why? Yeah. What did I say?
You said get Duke a dive. It's get Duke a
Oh, yeah.
raise.
Get Duke a raise. Yeah.
We need to hashtag that. Hashtag get Duke a raise.
Yeah, but it's coming up because you know what? I was given my a raise ambassador, my the person that you email back and forth with. They gave me a coupon that if I were to buy off of Amazon right now, I get $15 back.
Yeah, their customer service is bar none. So that's all I gotta say. It's
definitely.
really good.
Very good. They instantly get back to you.
Yeah, and if anything ever messes up with them or anything, because I'm gonna send them a commercial of our stuff, but I want to see what they do with that. They're really good. Like they told me, like with shipping, for instance, if something, why they put the protection on the shipping, if something happens in shipping, they will cover it complete cost,
Good.
and even probably send you free merch. So they're really, really cool, and they're delicious. I just had the white. I don't have the white peach I can show everybody, but I just had the white peach the other day, and it was freaking amazing. So
yeah, dude, I definitely want to try.
Try out some Rays. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, drink some Rays.
All right, guys. Duke Dive. All right.
Duke's Dive. We'll catch you next week. We got some stuff lined up already.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you for tuning in to Wicked Turtle Network exclusive. Follow us on all social media, and also click the link tree in the description of this video.
What is up, Wicked Turtle Nation? We just wanted to let you guys know that Wicked Turtle Network has decided to join the Rays Rebellion as brand ambassadors for Rays Energy Drink. Raise Energy gives you fresh, and that stands for focus, recovery, energy, stamina, and hydration. With zero sugar, absolutely no crash, electrolytes, and BCAA aminos. I encourage everyone listening or watching right now to raise up and join the Raise Rebellion yourself by going to your local GNC, vitamin shop, or even online at repsports.com. And order yourself some Raise Energy drinks or other athletic supplements in bulk. And when checking out, use the order code WICKEDTURTLE for a 15% discount. The website and order code will be in the description of this cast.